self-doubt. And to be honest, it has never brought me down. No, 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 no. I'm really glad I'm not walking around believing my inflated ape brain figured it out. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Like and I'm really glad I don't take part in your big search for who you are. And I don't care that I sound arrogant, but knowing who you are is just for amateurs. And suddenly you realize, yeah, that everything you ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Oh, still everything you ever thought you were made me cry. To be honest, it made me wanna die inside. And I'm sure I did, but just a little bit. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Yeah, and suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Still everything you ever thought you were made me cry.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Monty After Dark. This one is about safety. Safety in general, safety on when you visit certain countries, even though resorts and officials try and make places as safe for tourists as possible. That does not mean it's entirely safe when you do foolish things and you go out of your way to not put your safety on the forefront or at the forefront. So, what should Foodie Beauty do? Well, the first thing she should not do is meet with a man immediately in her hotel room, because you never know what's going to happen. That's what she should do. There's a lot of things that people should or shouldn't do, and that's one of them. So let's talk. If you want to join the panel, talk about your trip, talk about safety, then go ahead. Doe-eyed Cookie, we have you on. Your internet's a little bit shaky, but let's see if everything's okay. Welcome. All right, you're fine.
Hi
Hello.
guys. I'm at the park. That's why you can see all the bushes.
Ah, I see.
I've been out walking.
That's awesome. So what do you think about this entire situation?
Well, my first thought was since the scare with the gonorrhea and since she is prone to vaginal issues, I would have thought she'd be more protective of her sexual health. However, this is Chantal. She just wants a story. All she thinks about is food, her hug box, and random guys as a lay. She doesn't actually think of men as people. They are a sexual object or a sexual opportunity. So I'm not surprised.
Very true, very true. Yeah, I'm just hope that, things don't go south for her because she has been doing a lot of things where something can happen to her. And LOA, law of averages, will catch up sooner or later. I just hope, she doesn't end up in a bad way from this situation.
I
Janelle
just don't.
says
Yeah. Oh, no, you go. You go. You go.
Janelle saying the average income in Cuba is $20 a month. Is that actually true? Let me Google that. Go ahead while I do that.
I just don't see how this can actually be good for her mental health because you can see how freaked out and like nervous she is. She's got to get a bit tipsy to go through with it. So even if she does go through with it, she's going to feel a lot of shame and regret, I think, regarding what she's done. And she has actually said in the past that she needs to have a connection. She needs to be in love with someone. So this is obviously a 50-50 for her. I don't actually think she wants to do it. I think she just wants to have the story, the Cuban romance, the Cuban fling. It's not something she actually wants.
Very, very true. Like, yeah, the average income it states here, that's not too far off. Some people are saying $30 a day, some people are saying 46 USD a day. That is not that much, but I totally get it why it's like that. Hi, Ipihista, you are live.
Hippie!
Hey,
Oh, excited.
Doag. Hi,
Hi!
Monty.
Hearts for
Hello.
Hippie.
You know what? I think that this is not so much, it could be about her sexual health, this hookup, but I think it's more dangerous than that, even if we can, go there. I think really bad things could happen. Like she could end up waking up in the morning and there be nothing in her room.
Her physical safety as well, for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would hope not, but I'm just saying, this is just, why would she was given the option of meeting at a bar. Why did she say, come to the room?
Do you think
That's
there's some
very
sort of
true.
like policy or rules given to the staff that they're not meant to, what's the word, interact with the fraternize? Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sure, like,
would you risk your pretty well-paying job if you're living off tips and the average month is $20? You get 4 tips a day. You're already earning more than most of the people around you. Would you risk your job for someone like Chantal? I mean,
Oh, good
there's nothing
God,
in it for
no.
you. Yeah.
well, it depends, right? How much do they think? Okay, let's say the average wage is 30 to 45 US dollars a month on average. Let's say Foodie Beauty can give you $200-300. Is it worth it then?
But then you
I
don't
don't
have a
know.
job going forward. Like,
But I'd have 6 months to find one. I don't know how it is in Cuba. I don't know how easy it is to find a job. I heard it's actually pretty difficult to find the job in a field you're in, unless anybody actually has any accounts of how hard or how easy it is to find a job. Then come on the panel.
the other thing is, I personally don't know much about Cuba. I just know from what it looks like and, you know, the stereotypes and all that sort of stuff. Is the communist country correct?
Yeah, you know what? She might
Does
not
that,
have cash, but she has $1,000 laptop. How about that?
she's got things.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the country provides a lot, so therefore your income doesn't need to be as high because you are provided with a lot from the state? Is that the give and take for the low income? I'm not too sure.
Not so much in Cuba. They have supposedly they have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful health care, but they don't have enough food and that kind of thing. So that, at least that's my understanding. That's from what I've read, what I heard, watching Anthony Bourdain. I mean, which he's a pretty good, was, bless his soul, a pretty good documentarian, uh, and learned the culture of wherever he was at. But other than really, really good health care, I'm just not sure that they even have enough to eat.
Mm.
And
So,
what's
yeah.
really bad is now we've got this whole Russian-Ukraine mess, and they're locked at the hip with Russia. And so if Russia doesn't have stuff, which now they don't, then Cuba at some point is going to have less even than what they have now. I mean, that's just, please, somebody else come on the channel and, tell me things I don't know. This is just what my understanding is.
Yeah, if you know more about it than us, because I don't know that much about Cuba. If she was in Jamaica, I could tell you tons of stuff about Jamaica.
Oh, sure.
But I am not familiar with Cuba at all. So is he even real? Yes, he is.
That.
He is real.
I would love it if she went to Jamaica. I would love that, because you would roast the crap out of that, and I would love to see it.
Right. So whenever she goes to Jamaica, wherever she goes, I'm gonna know some stuff. So she won't be able to pull
You
the
should
wool over
take
your
her to
eyes.
Jamaica.
Oh boy, I don't.
I already suggested that, and he pretty much blew me off. Doe-eyed.
Do it for the squad. Do it for the squad.
No, I don't want to be doxed.
I think you got to go incognito. Is my, I don't know what we would do to him to dress him up, but something.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
So, if I'm gonna reference Cuba to Jamaica, there's lots of resorts out there in Jamaica where there's specific security, like 1 or 2 people that will watch the sleeping areas to make sure that who is there is actually supposed to be there. Like that's their job. Like that's their main thing, to stay there and look at the wristbands, you see who's coming and who's going, and making sure the staff is safe. We also have security even on the strip, where there's people there watching, making sure the tourists are not harassed and that they're safe. Like, because there's just countries that rely either mostly, or it's like number 1 and number 2 or number 3 part of their income as a whole is having tourists come to their island or their country, and that's how a lot of people make their money. Like I saw ladies in traditional Jamaican dress and outfit, and $10, $20 for one picture, and that's a lot of money. $20 if you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures a day with people. That's pretty good. So you got to protect how the citizens of your country make money, and that's just one of them. You can't have the tourists get robbed and then the story comes out, oh, I was at this resort and I got robbed by one of their staff members. I'll never go back, because it might just be one person getting robbed or had a bad experience, but so much eyes are going to be on that it looks really bad.
And Foodie's very vulnerable. Like, she's physically vulnerable, mentally vulnerable, financially vulnerable. She's just vulnerable. I would no more let a 14-year-old girl travel alone than I would let her wild on the rest of the world. She's lucky she's on a resort where she's contained. Because if she traveled to somewhere like, say, Europe or even Australia or other parts of the United States where you're not confined, like in a compound like that, she'd be rolled over in a day or even half a day. The second she's out the cab,
for sure.
No, and we're safe over here, but she would be so vulnerable. I couldn't even know. She needs adult supervision.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
And she shouldn't be financially vulnerable. She has never gone to the front desk and asked them, how can I get more money? Because I guarantee you they could get her more money, because they want people to spend. And
she's used to people catering to her, though. People come to her with the answers. She doesn't ever have to seek anything out. It's always handed to her by her chat. It's always facilitated. When she's alone, she doesn't have the mental resources to troubleshoot or critically think through a problem because she's dulled those senses with drugs and by asking for help from other people. She's
Well,
losing those skills if she ever had them.
then she definitely doesn't need to go to India. When she was talking all that India stuff, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. There ain't no way. For one thing, I don't even think they make butter chicken in India. That's like a Western catering
India
to
would
us.
kill her. India,
Oh,
the food, the heat,
Mhm.
the poverty, the opportunistic people there that do make money off the tourists. India is not for her. It's not for her. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I say no.
I do too.
Yeah. Travel Canada, explore Canada. We want to see Canada. I'd love to see her in Canada.
Oh, I would too. Absolutely.
Mm. But I got to say, the bug interaction was the funniest thing I've seen her do in forever. I was dying. That was hilarious. That part of foodie is funny. We need more of that foodie. That was genuine. That was the first genuine thing I've seen her say or do.
Yeah, I was rolling. That was hysterical.
Yeah. Kicks the
Flying
fire.
spiders. Oh my God.
Kicks the fire. You were alive. So if you want to come back, then by all means, come join the panel once again. I'll put the link in. But yeah, she posted the bug, or maybe I don't know, his brother or something. I don't know. But in her community post 12 hours ago, she posted all sorts of stuff. I didn't even get to check this out until now. So,
are you afraid of bugs, Monty? Are you a bug guy?
No, I'm not afraid of
like
bugs, but
you're not afraid of bugs.
There's just certain things in Jamaica that gives me the heebie-jeebies from prior experience to them, and one of them would be a certain type of a millipede, because the ones in like South America and the Caribbean are a lot different than the ones here in Canada.
Yeah.
When she kept calling
everything here. Everything here kills you. So
she kept going, it has fairy legs and fairy wings. It's a fairy.
No, and she tried to kill it. She's awful. She's a murderer.
That was pure comedic gold right there.
Yeah, that was a good time. I like that.
What really creeps me out is the scolopendra. We have those in Jamaica, and they make me really queasy because of prior experiences with really big ones. But other than that, once you get the shock of being stung by them, then they're okay. They do put stuff. You'll get like. Well, I really shouldn't say you just get a bruise. It depends on, how you. But this is what we have. Like these puppies here can be. I've seen them like a foot long or bigger. And then there's the tiny ones. I remember when one of the last times I was in Jamaica, I decided I wanted to go to bed, but I was like, you know what? I need to pull back the sheets before I get into this bed, even though I'm really tired. I pulled back the sheets, and there were baby ones of these, 3 of them curled up. Could you imagine them stinging me all night in that bed if I didn't pull those sheets back and like kick them off out of the bed? This is a centipede. It's a scolopendra. It's called an Amazon giant centipede. They have stingers though at the back here that will hook into you like. But yeah, I remember this stuff. I don't know. I just had like queasy bedtime stories with these buggers that they just like make me queasy all the time. That I'm like, no.
I'm good at bugs and spiders and stuff that don't bother me. Like whatever. I can't handle frogs. Frogs, no. No, they make me want to throw up. I can't handle them. It's just, but it's the worst thing ever. And it's weird because everybody loves frogs except me.
No. Doa, do you ever go into Yaba's chats?
No. Doesn't like them either.
She hates frogs. It's hysterical when she starts talking about them.
Oh, I need to go in and we need to talk frog hate. We need to start a movement.
It is hysterical.
Oh, good. No, I need to hear that at least. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
no, no,
For
it's
sure.
bad. I sweat, I vomit, I shake. I've pole vaulted over furniture to get away from them. I can't do it. I can't. No. No.
Ippy
It's
Ista,
pathological.
the audio is kind of crackling. I don't know if you want to come back out and then come back in. Like go
Okay,
out and come back in. Yeah.
will
See if that
do.
works. All right, no problem. If you want to come on panel, anybody, everybody, it's open. This is why we do this, for people to share their thoughts. Maybe your thoughts on the vacation, and maybe your thoughts on what's going to happen tomorrow if Foodie Booty and her newest person in her life actually do hook up. What's going to happen with the situation with Lewis? Are they going to talk? Is there going to be anger? Are people going to fight? Like, what's going to happen post the night with Renee? I have no idea. Like, has
I think
anybody
Lewis is
experienced this?
relieved.
You think so?
Relieved. I think I do. I think what's his name? Pierre? I think he's taking one for
Renee.
the team. Renee.
Renee.
Renee's taking one for the team. He's going to share his big, huge, fat tip amongst the guys. He did it, rock, paper, scissors, and he lost.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Do y'all think it's really going to happen?
I think there's a good chance, yeah.
Mm.
He's going to her room after all.
But is
Well,
it
he
common
says
for
he
Cuban
was.
people to have French names, though? Like, is Renee a common Cuban name? Is it a Cuban name?
I'd have to Google to answer that question. I have no idea.
Because she tends to name people Mo from Montreal. Renee's a French name, so did she just pluck that out of her foodie brain to give him her imaginary hookup a name?
Yeah, she could actually have done that.
It's just a weird name, that's all.
Maybe she's learned that not to actually call the guys in her life their real names. So maybe he's Ronaldo
from Cuba,
but he's now Renee. Little Miss Nat, I'm putting you on right now. Hello.
Howdy, and howdy, Andrea.
Hi.
Hey,
I'm
everybody.
Everyone. Good day from Australia.
So last time I was on, y'all, Foodie was feeling it. She seemed to be buzzing real nice. But I didn't know what she was getting ready for. I thought it was karaoke. I didn't know she found another man. I almost need like a second set of fingers to count these men on. How did she do it?
I feel like there is conversations being had, and I don't know if they I feel like there are definite conversations being had amongst the male staff about her, and maybe Lewis was like, I'll give you, a tip, this lady, blah blah blah, and maybe he's just the guy that's going to be the closer. I don't know, but I feel like there are definite conversations, definite strategies. I just don't think that he approached her without some priming, and that's all I'll say about that.
My question is, if she gives $20 for a glass of water, what do you get for starfish?
Well, I mean, she gave so much money to Lewis. She gave so much money to Lewis. She's definitely, I feel like she's definitely drawn some attention to herself, and she basically painted a bullseye on herself. So there are a lot of men that, she's throwing around money. So yeah, I mean, I always said that Nader would never touch her when he's sober. And whenever Nader was doing what he was doing, to get his tips or whatever, to make his money, he was using substances to get around the fact that he wasn't really attracted to her physically or whatever. But, I feel like any male attention now, after she's thrown that money around, is suspicious, because there's no way a guy can say, I just got tipped the equivalent of $500, and the people on the staff don't talk about it. So I feel like there's been definite conversation. I feel like the guy that, called her beautiful. I mean, and people will do that just to be nice. Don't get me wrong, because I've said it before. I do think she has a very beautiful face, but um, it's not normal. I mean, he's risking so much. He's risking his employment for a night with Chantal, and it has to be worth it to him some way. I just don't see him doing it on a whim, like, oh, he's so swept up about it's just not probable. What's more probable is he's expecting to get something out of it that's worth him losing his job over
Mm,
it. So
mm,
that's just me. And maybe I'm just being pessimistic. Maybe I'm just being negative. Maybe I'm just, I hope nothing happens to her that that is harmful, or, but I feel like she's being really naive. And
mm,
there's no way I would let a guy in my room. No way.
mm.
I would not
I
let a guy that I mean, she just met him hours ago, not even, not even
mhm,
waiting a couple of days. At least Lewis, I mean, he's young, but at least she had seen him for a couple of days, right? I mean, she just met this other guy. She met this guy when we met this guy, right?
mm, mm,
Well, what happened was he kept on saying that she was beautiful and she had pretty eyes. So she has been kind of engaging with him here and there the past few days, and then
Oh, okay.
finally
Correct.
he interacted with her.
I hope she'll be fine. I hope it's just a hookup, but I feel like 100% that there has been a conversation regarding her and how much money um she has paid in tips.
Yeah,
And
of
Thrown
and that's
course.
what
around.
makes everything suspicious for me. So I'm hoping that he thinks that I'm hoping that all he wants is just to take her for her cash and not do anything else.
mm,
Um and the best case scenario is he just wants to hook up. That's like the best case scenario, which is not out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, he doesn't have to be a total dirt bag. I'm just saying,
mm,
it's really suspicious. I
mm,
don't want him to be. I don't
Absolutely.
want him to be a dirtbag. By the way, I don't want that to happen at all. I don't think any female could want that for another female. But
mm,
like, I don't want that for her. I hope I hope he's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this lady from Canada and call it a day. But the
mm,
money's been discussed 100%.
mm.
Where
I
Julie S
find
is
it.
saying,
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
no
No, no,
problem.
no.
I'm
Read.
just gonna read this super chat. Julie S says they do this all the time. Unfortunately for Renee, he doesn't know what he got himself into. Her Beezers will most def call the resort and rat him out. They know the resort name. They know his name. It's a wrap. Okay,
Mm,
it's highly possible. I can see that.
mm.
What were you gonna say, Dwight Cookie?
Um, I'm just thinking it from my own personal headspace. If I just come from that horrible, awful, traumatic weekend with Dee Dee and Nader, and then I just previously in the last 48 hours had a complete mental breakdown. I was bawling my eyes out, freaking out. I don't know how up for a rando romp I would be with a complete stranger on my vacation from my buffet. I don't know if I'd be in that headspace. That's just me. But if I was traumatized sexually, I would not be up for romping with anyone.
Very true.
My
Um,
thoughts exactly, Doe. My thoughts exactly.
I could also see
Maybe
the
she. Oh,
opposite though,
yeah.
where
Maybe she just thinks she needs a new thing to get
yeah,
over
like a
it.
rebound.
Yeah. And a lot of people feel like that. That's not even a strange thing. Lots of healthy, normal individuals feel that way. But I'm hoping like this is just going to be like a normal. I mean, I don't know what's normal, but I mean, who am I to say what's normal, right? But I'm
Mm,
hoping it'll just be a normal encounter, and she can just say, oh, she'll come back and she'll, you know, I don't want
mm,
any trauma. I don't want any trauma on this trip. I don't know if I can take it, because after she told that story about the threesome, I was like, holy moly, what is going
mm,
on? So I'm hoping like, and it's like what somebody said in the chat. Like some people just want to do it. Like it doesn't have to be anything nefarious, and I don't think it has anything to do with her being like a big girl. It's just that she's exotic. You put her in that setting. It's like when like if she goes anywhere outside of the West, she's going to be an exotic person, and so she might be interesting and appealing in that way. And who knows? It's in the eye of the beholder. I hope that's the scenario. But it's the fact that if she hadn't been tipping and doing all that extra stuff with her money, I would not have the thoughts that I'm having about like the discussion amongst the staff. I wouldn't be having the thoughts. But there's just no way you can come into a country, into a touristy place. I'm not going to say a country. I'm going to say a touristy place, and throw that kind of money around. I think somebody did the conversion, and I think it was like almost $500 she tipped out on people, and that to me that's a lot of money. And so I feel like, I used to wait tables. I know that there was a conversation. Well, how much did that lady tip you? Did you wait on that lady? We had those conversations as servers. So I'm nervous for her.
I have no doubt that there are football squares going on, regarding her, because a word travels quickly. But I think the issue is that she is so naive. She's almost just like clueless, just bouncing off of stuff. And that's why people are concerned about it. But otherwise, this stuff happens all the time. Adults gonna do, it's the world's funnest free pastime, but she's not aware of her surroundings. She's not going to be safe. And I think that's why, people worry about her. But I don't think the guy necessarily has to, like you said, doesn't necessarily have like nefarious, intent. But yeah, he's definitely trying to win that pot, go get it. But the issue is that I get it. We're concerned about her. But hey, that's her business. If she's not messed up to the point after what may have happened this past weekend, ain't nothing that's gonna mess her up. She has proven that her bottom has a weight limit, and she just keeps on busting through it. There is no bottom for her. So, let her do what she's gonna do. I just want to watch it. Please let us tag along. But I get, we're all nervous for her, but it's because of how she is. She's just like, and my thing is, first off, girl, you so sweaty. You look like you've been double deep fried. So I'm like, dude, like I'm waiting, y'all, for her to snatch that wig and just like wipe her face with it. I'm like, come on, wipe your face with it.
Just wipe it.
Yeah.
Okay, Monty,
I actually like the red wig now. I actually like that red one.
The one that she had on today.
No.
Well, it's in the
They're
cafeteria.
chatting saying she's live and that nothing happened.
Yeah, Renee got doxed already. I'm on the farms. He's on there.
Oh, poor guy.
No, he's not poor guy. He's
it's poor guy if he didn't win the pot.
Yes, he is poor if he didn't win that pot, though.
Well, and if nothing has happened and she's already back live, they were only together 45 minutes. Is that right? Am I doing the math right on the time?
Yeah, pretty much, because she just went live a couple minutes ago.
Wow. That means I could have done it a couple of times.
Yeah, by maybe 90 daddy standards, yes.
I mean, she said Nader could go like 4 or 5 times in a night, but that was the meth, so whatever.
Yeah, that's 20 minutes with him.
Allie Lou, you awfully quiet, honey. What you got to say?
Yeah, sorry. It's just everyone's talking at once, and I want to let everyone talk because it's my first time. But hi, y'all.
Hi.
Yeah, no, I'm just like tripping out that she's like hooked. I don't know. It's like she always ends up like winning, no matter what she does. Like, how is she hooking up with all these Cuban men like out of nowhere? And I know it's like hard for us to believe, but somehow it's always true. And my husband and I were talking about it and saying that we both come from hospitality, so I've worked in hotels and like cruise ships and stuff. And I think it was Andrea saying how when you're in hospitality, there are conversations that are being had like at the house that are, oh, who's gonna go talk to the lady at the bar by herself, um, who gets the most tips and stuff. There's a lot of finessing that goes on behind the scenes, and I can't help but think that she is getting played like just so hardcore right now. Like by
Right?
everybody in that resort.
Right? I mean, they've had a conference. I feel like, you know what I mean? You know what happens. You know what happens. But I don't
Exactly.
want any, I can't want that kind of trauma for her. I don't, because of what I've lived through. It's hard for me to sit up here and say I'm gonna just feel numb or indifferent if
Right.
this man takes advantage of her. I can't say that because my experiences won't let me feel that way. I'm gonna feel something, but I feel like she's just, I'm along for the ride like everybody else. But I'm like, come on, Foodie, you gotta, I need her to next time. I need her to get like a pixie wig. She could have brought the Dee wig. She could have made so many other choices with the wardrobe. I'm like, come on, girl.
I mean,
Oh my gosh, the
We haven't seen
wardrobe, y'all.
we haven't even seen all of the swimsuits. We haven't seen half of the swimsuits she had in her apartment. Like I feel like we've only seen like one or two. I thought
That's
she
because she
bought
doesn't
like more.
like the beach. She hates the beach. She doesn't like the beach.
I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. Like I would just sit out there for hours, just like burning to a crisp.
It's gorgeous. It's
Especially
gorgeous out there.
Canada right now is like a hellhole. And
Oh,
Monty, I'm in Toronto as well, so it's and it's like shit right now. Like part of my language, but it's terrible.
the weather.
Like, enjoy it. Yeah, it's cold and gloomy, rainy. Like I would kill to be out in a tropical beach right now with Cuban men all over me. Like,
oh wow, I don't know about all the men.
You would get them too.
I would appreciate the view, but I mean that the parts I want to see, I don't need them all over me to see the parts I want to see. But like is she raging? Oh my god, is she raging for real? The chat is saying
I'm gonna
raging.
go. See you later, guys. Bye.
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 I love her accent.
Mhm.
Is she raging? What is she raging about?
I have no idea. I guess somebody's gonna have to update me on exactly what is going on. All I know is that Renee is doxxed. Could it be that? Could be. I don't know.
That she didn't get the result she was hoping for.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yep.
And this is what kills me. It's like but it's the same way with men. They buy you a drink, they throw money at you, and then you're supposed to go to bed with them. And when it doesn't work out, they get angry. So she's always exhibiting these, behaviors that we do not accept from men, that we consider it negative behavior or stalk predator behavior. And
right.
She does all these behaviors that are absolutely unacceptable. And then she wonders why things don't work out. It's like, you're still trying to buy people? Like, no.
And that's what she does. She thinks that she can buy people.
People of color.
She understands
people of color.
That's not love. Yes. She's never going to have love.
I don't think she is asking for love. She's asking for somebody to worship her because she has money. And it's like, if Chantal could just take a look back at her patterns, I think Pete is with her because he genuinely cares and he enjoys her company. But most people, this contract that she's looking to make with people, it's just like the guy with the drinks. They buy you a drink, and if you refuse the drink, they cuss you out or whatever. They make a comment and they move on. Right. Well, Chantal's like totally, spending money with this silent, unvoiced contract attached. And then when you don't do what she wants you to do, after all I've done for you, and then she's ranting, and then she's angry, and then this person is suddenly unattractive, and she doesn't want this person anymore. And it's just like, girl, come on.
Well, she lives in this constant state of like vacation, where everyone should be like doting on her, and how could they? And especially here in Cuba, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's sad, honestly. Like I like I said, I feel bad for her to an extent, like you said, Andrea, but then again, it's like you can't be this
I don't feel bad for her.
this airheaded.
I don't want her. I don't want her to be. I don't want I don't want bad things to happen to her.
Right. Of
But I
course.
don't feel bad for her.
I don't think any of us want anything. I mean, we may not like her, but we don't want anything bad to happen. But then again, you can't like show up to a place and be like, oh, I'm the the white woman from Canada and they need to be, waiting on me hand and foot. Here's $20 here, $20 there, and then expect like this guy Renee to like, just do whatever she wants, him to
Sexually.
do. Right.
I mean, that men do that all the time though, and they get called all kinds of names. We have names for men that do that.
Right.
And she doesn't see that. She doesn't see that what she's doing. I mean, it's not okay just because she's a female. I mean, I'm not, if that dude is if that dude is of age in Cuba, that I wouldn't do it. He's 20. To me, that's a baby. I'm old enough to be his mom. If he's an adult in his country, then fine. If it's consensual, fine. If everybody's is able to give consent, fine.
Right.
I don't like it and I don't want to know about it, but fine. But like, she's doing things, she's exhibiting behaviors that if she were a man, like if she were a man exposing herself on the internet, if she were a man, pursuing extra young people, if she were a man paying money for unvoiced contracts of intimacy later, inviting these people to her room and mad when they don't want to have sex with her, if she were a man doing all of that stuff, she would absolutely be labeled as a predator, hands down. There would be no discussion about it.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of like Chantal wants to have this veneer of I'm quirky, I'm fun, I've done nothing wrong kind of stuff. But it's like, girl, we see you, we see what you're doing. And if she would just be straight up and like, like I said it before, you could easily make arrangements. Adults do that all the time. They have adult conversations and they arrange the intimate encounter how they want to have it, and everybody gives consent both ways. And that's how that people do that every day, all day.
Right.
That's what adults do. And there's no underhanded I'll give you money or whatever, unspoken, and then you just do whatever I want whenever I ask it, however I ask it. There's a predatory element, because if you're giving gifts with strings attached, then people need to be aware of those strings in order to be beholden to those strings.
Oh, exactly.
So what she does is she gets angry because she's unable to have an adult conversation. She's unable. And why should someone have to acknowledge her wants? They should just want to do it after everything she's done for them. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? If I'm not making sense, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, you're making sense.
You're making sense.
And I agree with that. But she's not going to have those conversations because she wants to appear to her, VIB idiots, or what do we call them? I don't that these men are approaching her because she's this, sexy, woman who everybody wants. She's not going to say like, oh, I made this arrangement with so and so, and like, it's understood what's going on. No, she wants like people to be like, oh, look, Louise gave me this gift and stuff, and look how wanted I am here, and because she's insecure.
And I just don't. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself about that threesome. I don't, just me personally, I don't think she was forced to do anything. I think Chantal would have been so proud of herself if she had gotten the response from Nader. The way the story would have been told would have been like, I was such a sex kid, and I was so this, I was so that, and he loved it. She would have told that story very differently if she had gotten a different vibe from Nader afterwards. So, she's an unreliable narrator, and we know this. So whatever went down with, I mean, we all saw Renee ask for the number and stuff, and I was like, go Foodie, do it, but I was also concerned for her. But why is she raging? There's absolutely no reason to be raging right now. Like, girl, if there was no unspoken strings attached to all that money you were throwing around or whatever, then you move on to the next one. You don't. I mean, you're on vacation. You're throwing all this emotion to a man that you're never going to see again. Like, I don't get it. So I guess I need to see what she's raging about.
But was this
I
the
think
same
it's
guy?
funny.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think she was
No,
supposed to
no,
either.
no. No, I think it's funny that one of the unspoken money things is that she's now running out of money. So she's gone from 20 to 5. So that is also part of the unspoken money transactions. They're like, oh, yeah, that's the target. She tips well. Well, she used to did, but now not so much. So I think that's hilarious, too, because if these people are looking and counting on getting 10s and 20s and Reese's cups, for the services they provide, she running real low now. So it'll be curious to see exactly how friendly they remain to her. But y'all, I don't feel bad for Foodie. I don't. It's whatever. You a grown woman. You make stupid decisions. Go do your thing. Just take me along with you to watch. But she doesn't know how to vacation, y'all. And that is one kind, like, I kind of feel bad about that because all she's done is taken us into the dining areas. We ain't seen no pool. We ain't seen no sunsets, no hammocks, no nothing, no banana boats, nada. I'm like, dude, you ain't had, like, she does not know how to vacation. And for that, I kind of feel bad for her, But otherwise, I don't feel bad for you. You made your own bed, lie in it, but just record it so I can watch and point and laugh, please.
But well, she's had her whole all her followers tell her, like, go do this, go do that. And we know she watches Monty, so
we know
she's
she
heard
does.
All of us say, like, there's other restaurants out there, and so there's no excuse for why she should only be eating there and not, like, enjoying the thing, the vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have said,
I got so upset today when we found out from somebody that there was a real Cuban restaurant at the resort.
Mm-hmm.
And she hasn't used any of her 3 restaurant credits. And she just goes and has pasta I could fix that pasta every night here at the house. Get a bottle of sauce and some spaghetti and we're good to go. It's sad.
Yeah, I was hoping to see more of Cuba also. I was really excited to learn that she actually went to Cuba. But now it's just like, girl, if this is what she wants to do is her vacation, that's fine. But I don't know why she's raging. I wouldn't have a care in the world. I would not have a care in the world if this guy wanted to be with me or not. Like, I would just be enjoying the scenery, just enjoying everything. And it's just, and I'm looking at Cauliflower's comment. Her chat is like 90% of her problems, but like her attitude would be so much better if she didn't have the chat that she had. But she's doing her. I love to see it. I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the crash. But I don't know about her posting this man, that other gentleman all over her community tab and filming people and having people's children in her live stream. I didn't like that at all. Like, you have to have some care when you do that, Chantal. And I was absolutely furious when she decided she wanted to film old boy at the snack bar or whatever. And this little girl is just skipping through. And I'm like, the kind of degenerates you have on your channel. Like, get out of here. But she doesn't care. Like, I know she doesn't care, but she just, I don't know.
Well, Andrea, she's a celebrity, so she has to, can't tell a celebrity not to be filming. She's Cuba's celebrity.
What was the word? Paracosm? I learned a new word. Paracosm.
Wait until she gets on that big old stage for that karaoke.
Ooh,
Oh,
I
she
She
can't
won't
thinks
do
wait.
she's
that.
famous now. Oh my gosh. If she doesn't get up there and cheese like a mofo, I don't ever want to hear her sing again. Ever.
She
Don't
better
ever
do
sing again.
it.
If you got the chance to get up there on that big old stage in front of every damn body, you better get up there and you better cheese like you ain't ever cheesed before because you always want to be with the mic in your hand singing some nonsense. You better get up there and do your damn thing, girl, or shut up
She
about it.
better do it. She better do it.
She won't. She won't. You know, she's all talk.
But
Look at all
she
the
went to
plans.
Cuba. I can't say she's all talk anymore because she got on that plane and went to Cuba, and she better get
But
on that
she did
stage.
it because we all said she wouldn't. She did it because we all said she wouldn't. So the same thing, the same
She's
attitude that
not
made
gonna
her
sing
get Gano
karaoke.
throat twice is exactly what got her to Cuba. So again, I don't feel bad for you. Those are your decisions. It's your fault you ain't got no coping mechanisms. Do it despite us, but just take us along for the ride.
That's what I'm saying. I was hoping she was gonna dance and get out on the dance floor today, but she just stared at her phone and kind of shimmied around, and I was like, well, that's better than nothing. I really want to see her
Oh,
cut loose and have like, you know, have fun.
yeah.
But
It
I
seems
don't
like
know.
alcohol could get her there, but she takes it too far. So she goes from happy, giggly, tipsy to like crying right away. So like let's find a happy medium, and she'll be that happy drunk girl, you know. But she just jumps over that line.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I actually want to see another like Windsor debacle where she got like super blasted and was just like, I'm sorry. I know she was going through some shit, but we all are. And she chooses to put it on the internet and I want to see it again. I mean, and in Cuba.
I'm here for the fallen foodie, aren't you? The recorded fallen foodie, give it to me.
Everybody loves a sloppy drunk. Well, not everybody, but you know, it's fun to watch from afar.
I've been there. I've been there. There's definitely a limit for those in your company. There's a limit. They're like, oh, here she goes, and there's a limit. But like, she's
Yeah.
alone, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well,
I
sorry.
anything like quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing Nader's face. I'm tired of hearing his voice and listening to his stupid anecdotes and looking at his ugly ass food. Like, I'm ready for him to fade. So, you know, if she can do things like this to expand the Chantal verse, then I'm here for it. Like, if Renee comes back from Cuba with her, I'm gonna be watching. I can't say I'm not gonna watch. I will be watching. So
You said Renee is coming. You want
it could
Renee to come with her
happen.
from
We
Cuba?
we are crossing
I'm
our
just making sure I
fingers.
didn't miss nothing,
We're crossing our
right?
fingers.
So I
It's
didn't
not
miss
gonna miss.
anything, right? This is just like if we're
This
wishing,
is
right?
this is the starting the new season.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm kind of pretty sure
my
that Renee
bid,
couldn't just jump on a plane and go to Cuba.
mm,
Think there's probably
my
some
bid is like
steps.
y'all said earlier that she comes home to an empty house. That's what I
Boy,
hope. That
I'm waiting
Pete
on that. The Pete's
removes,
Independence Arc.
yes, that he
Evelyn,
removes his
I
testes
respectfully
from
disagree
her
with that.
purse.
Just the cat sitting in an empty house.
No, just an empty house. She don't need those cats. Just an
He
empty
does not
house.
need those cats.
Mm-mm.
I agree with Ozzy. With just Ozzy, we need a 90-day fiance arc. Can you imagine? Oh my god. That would be some prime entertainment.
Jeez Louise. Anything else besides this Natter garbage. Like,
That'll
easy.
never end. That'll never end because if he, let's say his channel dies down and he has nobody, I mean, she's gonna feel bad and she's gonna give him money and give him another platform. It's like gonna. I feel like he will be in her life forever
Until he's incarcerated again. And she'll be
True.
too lazy to go visit him. Honestly, when Didi said he was arrested, I thought, yeah, he's a menace to society. He probably harassed somebody, probably did something to somebody. I was like, it's perfectly probable that he's been arrested again because he's I mean, it's kind of person he is. So when it was like, oh, don't believe, I mean, if we were we're not dumb for believing something probable that came from somebody that's closest to you. It's very like if somebody said, "Oh, Monty got arrested," I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't believe that because he's clearly not the kind of person that goes around doing the kinds of things that would cause you to be arrested. I mean, he's got his life together. He's very, has a stable schedule on the internet. I mean, like we can at least track his whereabouts most of the time. And he's a great pet owner. Doesn't track, right? But Nader,
Right.
on the other hand, I was like, hell yeah, he got arrested. He's a menace to society. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he acts like he proved this gigantic point when he is. I mean, somebody said he puts on a good show. I have to respectfully disagree with that.
I agree with you disagreeing.
Yeah, me
he
saying.
can't even tell his chicken is not cooked. So I just, I'm just thinking to myself, if he gets arrested again and he gets sent to prison, she's not visiting him. She might send him money for a while, but like I'm ready for him to go away. I'm ready for him to go away. So yeah. So anybody that wants to go back to Canada with Chantal, like, yeah, do that. Anybody else is better. Renee. What's the other guy? Not Luis, but there's another guy. She's pulling all these men.
Alex wasn't. So I thought Alex was the one that gave her his number today because she was like, I want to see real Cuba, not fake Cuba.
No,
so
that was Renee. That was
Renee. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alex
so there's Renee, there's Ramon, Alejandro, and then there's Luis. Then there's Dennis. So those are the guys for now.
I almost need a whole nother hand, y'all.
But I don't know if I believe this Renee stuff because I'm reading Glasgow Gangster she just said she doesn't kiss and tell. When have we known her to not kiss and tell? A day after meeting Nader, she's talking about doing meth with him and like, come on.
She said 5 rails of coke, Molly, an anonymous meth pipe. Right. How many drugs did they do that first night? She told us about the group sex. She told us about the rough sex. She told us about all the sex that happened.
Exactly.
And
not to mention all the fake stuff that she made up, all the fake kissing and love. Like you even tell us stuff that didn't happen.
Exactly, the good times.
And now she doesn't kiss and tell. Like, come on. To me, that just screams bullshit. And we know she's open about literally everything. And now she doesn't want to say anything. Come on.
It sounds like
she needs to leave it broad. So like that, Nad starts to think, what did she do? Exactly. Is it possible? She's leaving it broad.
She doesn't want to kiss and tell. That's fine. I don't believe that, but whatever, Chantal. Whatever, Chantal. My hope is for karaoke, and I want her to go somewhere outside of that resort. I hate the whole situation with the money. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe that she tipped out all her cash. I'm so irritated with that. Like she could have, so many places she could have went around the resort. So the farms needs to find missing kids. I'm not even joking. They're that fast. Right. I'm serious. Like the farms needs to be deputized by the government to find people.
How the hell did they find him? I don't. That's like crazy. Amazing. Wow.
That is amazing that they found a Cuban in Cuba. I mean, they almost have to be better than the FBI at this point.
That's scary. It's scary, right? That's scary. I'm going to ask them to find somebody for me, see how much they charge. I had a stalker and he just kind of disappeared, and I look over my shoulder every once in a while. So it would be nice to know because the police can't find him. But yeah.
Well, apparently they made out. I guess I'm seeing everywhere that they're made. That
can we do a poll? Do we believe that?
I don't. On one hand, I do because I feel like they like we were talking about. The hospitality service. Like, come on, you see a woman by herself who's like super friendly and throwing around 20s everywhere. All it takes is one good little kiss. And then he's like, I'll be back tomorrow. But little does she know he's off for like the next 2 days and won't see her before she leaves, you know? I don't know. It's just weird. It's I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's something. It's something like, oh, and she confirmed the docs. Oh no, Chantal.
Oh, so it was him. Oh, she says it's not him. She's sure about that, but could I believe her? I don't know. I'll have to go check that out. She says it's not him.
Chantal, she's gross, man. Why?
But you know what? Wait, I'm sure somebody at this very moment is looking back at her past stream and matching up that picture
Yep, they're doing it.
to what she showed when she does her usual dirty. So they're gonna probably be like, yeah, that's him. It's right here, and do the side by side. She said many things, just like how she said she doesn't use filters. But yes, she does use filters.
I'm
Yes,
surprised
and
no
I'm
one's
the
called
Easter
resort.
Bunny.
I'm surprised no one has called the resort yet and like confirmed that these people work there.
It's happened. It's happening. Somebody
And we don't know that it hasn't happened.
That's true. That's true.
So is she? How is her mood right now? She seems very down. Really?
Cauliflower said she is smug city, my friends, even being rude to her beezers.
That could
Of
just
course.
be tantrum Chantal because she didn't get what she wanted though. And she
Smug
doesn't.
Chantal is one of my least favorite Chantals.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
and they said her live is called Starfish.
Starfish? Question mark? No. That man was just trying to get like, you know, he was just. I mean, he probably he. It's very possible he could have found her attractive, but I'm gonna be honest. If she didn't shower thoroughly, then I mean, you know, that's gonna be a turnoff. I mean, it's like what's the temperature there? Not 90 degrees.
He's fine. He lives by the sea. He's all right.
All of the aromas are fine. He's fine.
I'm dying at people. Sorry. I'm just saying I'm dying at people saying that he just came to the room to remove the bug. Like, can you imagine?
Oh man. Okay.
Sometimes people need help, y'all. It's a bug. It's a jar you can't open. For me, it's stuff up on the top shelf. So, like, a stool's not enough. I need, like, a full-blown chair. So, sometimes you just need some help. She needed him to come get that bug. She was scared it was going to lay eggs in her ears.
No lie. I would need help if that bug was in my suitcase. I would, like, carry it down to the front desk. Can you please help me? I would be crying. Like, I called a friend. There was a beetle in my bathtub, and I called my best friend, and I was crying. And she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Can you please come get this beetle out of my bathtub?" And she said, "What? What did you just call me for?" Yeah, I was like, "Yeah." So it was pretty big, and it was scary, and so I kind of related to her. It was the funniest thing she did all vacation, was fighting that bug. That was great.
And we were proud of her just walking. And that bug came in. She started running and bobbing and weaving. I was like, dang.
She burned like 800 calories just trying to get that bug. It was great. It was great.
I love how Peach Cobbler is saying she's gonna wake up to find all her big Turks and laptop missing. Can you? Oh my god, the big Turks. No, but I agree with DG. I heard them say that she is willingly like hooking up these men and doing all this stuff, knowing that eventually they will get doxed, and this could affect this person's job, this person's livelihood, all because like you want to be predatory. Like it's just disgusting.
I mean, this guy could even be married.
Yeah, true. That's true.
He probably is married, but if he didn't do anything with if he didn't do anything with her, I think that's the best case scenario. Because I had a question. Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody, thank you, Aunt Big B. Thank you. Did she ever finish? We know she didn't finish her first round of medication. I'm sorry. I've had a cold, so my voice is giving out and talking too much. We know she finished her first round of medication for the first round of gonorrhea. She thought she had gonorrhea this time, right? But it turned out to be BV. Did she finish her medication? She had like 3 antibiotics for that.
Yeah, she allegedly finished, which would usually resolve the issue, but it didn't, which kind of says a lot about her hygiene at the end of the day.
Oh. She she would definitely know if she still has that. She would definitely know.
Yeah, and
So,
she said she had it. She's like,
no,
I finished my meds, but she was like, I still have it. So she was supposed to do a second round.
I cannot support any sexual activity on this trip. I'm gonna need her to just not. That's no ma'am. No ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
No ma'am.
So those who are just coming in and you don't know what happened today, Louis wasn't working dinner as he usually does the past few days. He was at the snack bar, and we had a Renee that has told Foodie Beauty that she is beautiful, she has nice eyes, decided to exchange contact information, and he was to have come over at 10:30, which is almost an hour and a half ago. He did show up, only stayed, like 45 minutes or so. I don't know what they did, if they did anything. Foodie Beauty, people in the chat have said that she claims she made out with him, and that's it. I don't know what else happened, but she's supposed to see him tomorrow, so maybe we won't have karaoke on a Sunday. So maybe we'll have round 2 with Renee. Renee is actually already been doxed. He's been doxed as of 37 minutes ago now, and his profile picture is up on the farms with the background of the resort in the background. So yikes.
Yikes.
They're
indeed.
fast.
Yikes indeed.
So we shall see what happens. People are saying she's out of money. Yesterday she only had about $100 left. Well, she still has $1,000 Canadian laptop, so she can barter that, right? Renee could start his own YouTube channel with that laptop and the resort Wi-Fi. You never know. So we'll not only have Nader and Roman, but we'll have Renee as well.
Jeez, I'm ready. I'm ready for the new arc. I'm ready for the new arc.
Exactly.
I mean, I think I feel some kind of way if she still has that. I mean, and it is common for like a lot of people, but I don't think it's common for it to persist as long as it has. But if she's really not taking care of her hygiene, that's really it could become really serious. So I'm gonna need her to and there's a definite smell. So her clothes.
Yeah, they say typically it's a fishy smell. So
her garments, her undergarments, if she hasn't laundered them, then that room, it has to smell.
Ugh.
So I
wonder how long it'll take for someone to show Renee her dirty underwear from the Nader.
Oh my god. Oh man.
True. I should also point out that the picture on the farm, she has said that isn't him. But Chantal has said many things before. She's lied to us in our faces. She said she doesn't use filters. Then she says she uses filters. Then she says she doesn't use filters. She has done a lot of things that are just blatant lies. So do I believe her that it's not Renee? It's possible it's not him. But then again, this guy is clearly in a waiter outfit in his freaking profile picture with the name Renee, with the hotel in the background. The same hotel that Renee allegedly works at, with the same waiter outfit, but this guy's not Renee. Come on now. Like, make it make sense, please.
I mean,
Well,
The first rule of the Chantal verse is that Chantal lies. The first rule.
Could it be that maybe she found like the most attractive waiter there, got his name, but like this was a different guy she was hooking up with? So because she knew he would get doxxed, we'd be like, oh my God, look at this hot Cuban guy, you know?
I mean, it's a possibility, but is it a probability? No, I don't.
What if somebody
know.
sends him the link to Nader's video, man? Oh my gosh. Oh
Okay.
my God.
Monty, does the guy on the forums look like he's about 35 or so?
Yeah, he looks like he's in his 30s, possibly. Yeah.
Okay, so it fits the profile.
Yeah, everything fits the profile. It's literally the hotel in the background, and he's in a white shirt with his name tag that we see all the time for all the waiters. Like, who is this then? If it's not Renee, like, come on.
There's another Renee, Monty. There's not just one Renee there.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, gotcha.
There's a handful of Renees at the hotel.
And they all work at this exact same hotel.
Exactly.
And they're all waiters. Yeah, gotcha.
Exactly.
How foolish
And
could
they're
I
all
be?
hot.
And they're
Yeah.
all
They're all hot.
and they all want her. They all want her.
So what's his physique like? Is he built or does he have abs? Like,
He seems like he could be just like a average sized body, not really stocked or built, more like a dad bod kind of. I'm not trying to show shade at the dude, but he looks like he has a daddy body, to be honest with you.
like he's been hauling kids around in a van.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he has a minivan, a Toyota.
So
So he's got a spacious back seat.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
That's what he's saying.
How are his teeth? He got all his teeth.
he's not smiling. He just has this
He's like,
look
he's
on
at
his
work.
face.
He's
Yeah,
at work.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly. He looks like he has the at work look. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay, well, I guess that's it. If you want to take a look at the pictures on the farms, page 5997, we're 3 pages away from the 6K, 6,000 pages almost for Chantal. Can you imagine?
Wow. And poor Amber is getting left in the dust right now.
Right.
Nader, I mean, she photoshopped muscles onto Nader's body. So I mean, any picture Chantal posts, automatically assume it's been altered in some way. Like those muscles that she was like, does this look like the body of a drug addict? And then she like actually photoshopped like 20 pounds of muscle onto his chest. And we all know that he has the body of a 14-year-old boy. So we know that with our own eyes because we see it through his phone. But she actually, just wants us to believe her delusions. And it's just, she says, well, Nader's hotter. And I'm like, how? How could Nader be hotter than a man with a stable job and obviously an obvious sense of health about himself? I mean, Nader looks like he's wasting away. And nobody's addressing that. Like Dee or Chantal, like he's wasting away before their eyes. And they're like, oh, Nader's this, Nader's that. It's whatever.
Because nobody she dates has a driver's license.
Yeah, that's really weird. And
because she doesn't want them to be able to drive away from her.
Yeah, but that's just bizarre.
I mean, I guess it's not, I don't know. I mean, I find it weird that I guess it's not weird, but I find it funny that she only like seeks out cooks. Like, I swear, if we find out that Renee is a freaking cook, I'm gonna
it makes so much sense though, because she wants somebody to cook for her. I feel like I get that 100%. Like, this girl is all about food, and I'm like, I get it, Chantal. I get it 100%.
Yeah, I get it as well. Yeah, she's all about food. He's a cook. What better?
BB had a job. He had a car. BB's name was on the lease. and he did not need her for citizenship. He did not need Chantal at all. And he was actually the one that broke up with her, even though she tries to rewrite the narrative to say she ended the relationship. He ended the relationship with her. So BB is like the outlier in the situation.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why she steered towards these new men, because BB was like his own, person. He could do his own thing and didn't have to rely on.
Milan. I'm gonna say Milan. Thank you, No Justice. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
She doesn't want anyone who can make their own autonomous decisions. She doesn't want them to be able to think around her circles, because she talks in circles, and that's the same thing with Nader. If you listen to him, that's why his whole I was proving a point. No, you weren't. You saw a little hole and you're like, oh, I can flip it and switch it. Let me tell you, people with the brain, people who are listening, you ain't fooling us, dude. You tried to play people and be like, oh, he got arrested. Send money. We need bail. And then swoop back in and talk about, ha, just joking.
Right.
No, you're not. That'll work on them fools. But these other people who watch, listen, and do believe what we hear, because we know what we hear and the context in which we hear it. So no, you're not going to be able to do the old switcheroo. So sorry. You saved that for your other bays, not the audience. And that's the thing with her. As far as the license, absolutely, they can drive away.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain times when I almost feel sorry for Foodie, and then my brain's like, hold up, she's done this before, fool, and she made you look stupid after. Mm-hmm. And so one of the recent times when I almost felt bad for her is actually here in Cuba, and she said, no one has ever told me that I was beautiful. No one in a romantic relationship has ever called me beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that's really sad. But then I was like, considering the man that I saw Milan as, the man that she showed us, the one who was getting ready to go to work early in the morning when she was farting lobster mac and cheese.
I remember
that man. You cannot tell me he wanted you to go meet his mama and you wouldn't travel. You cannot tell me that he never told you you were beautiful, because you had a friend that tried to slide in and be like, hey, you fine. I love you. Let's go do something. And he's like, no, I got a girlfriend and I love her. So don't tell me that man never called you beautiful. The fact that you were able to cheat on him and do whatever it is that you did to him, that's your bad. So the man that is playing you now, hey, that's the man you wanted, because the other one, you didn't treat him right. And you know what? He had a license. He said, no, thank you. Mm-hmm. And that's what she cannot deal with. He saw her behaviors, her motivations, who she was on and off of YouTube. And he was like, oh, nah, I'm done with this. And I think if anything, he's not only the one that got away, but he kind of reinforced her wanting men who couldn't do that anymore. If they can't drive, if they got a record, oh yeah, that's the one for me. And
they have to,
I mean, that's the kind of predator I feel that she is, because she looks for weaknesses to capitalize on. And, as far as Nader, y'all, I think it's hilarious that she thinks he's hot. No, he doesn't. I mean, he is not. And regardless of the body, it is difficult for me to find someone sexually attractive who's more feminine than I am. Dude, the way he eats.
Say it.
Oh my gosh. Dude, let's do our makeup together, girl. Let's hang out and have mimosas.
And he's swinging his hips,
y'all.
I mean,
yes. On. And he just puckers those lips. Dude, he is sassier than my sister. And my sister is a 10. She loves to be called Jessica Rabbit. That's why if y'all ever see me salty in the comments about Jessica Rabbit, because my oldest sister is so hot. She is a full, live, breathing, like all natural Jessica Rabbit. And she'll never let you forget that people call her that. And he is more feminine than she is. I guarantee you.
And
no, not attractive.
And there's obviously nothing wrong with a man who chooses to be more feminine. Like, if that's your thing, cool. Like, that's great. But it's the fact that he tries to say that he's not, that he's a man. I'm a real man.
Real man.
And it's like, dude, we know it, like, just be who you want to be, like, and that's what makes it so off-putting, right? It's like he's trying so hard to be a real man and look at my body, and then I don't know. That guy just drives me fucking nuts. I'm sorry.
Right. He has all of these, things to say about Pete's, and I still find it very shady that he was able to say all of the things he said about Pete's. It had Chantal not fed him that information. And he says all these things about Pete's and Pete's body and Pete's state of mind, and I'm just like, dude, you're clearly dealing with some sexual orientation identity issues yourself. Like, deal with that, because the fact that Chantal was able to say, like, oh, him and right guy, they have sex, and I was like, I believe that. I believe it 100%. I believe it, and I don't think right guy was was there with Chantal. I think they just have sex with each other. And just everything Miss Nat said 100%. Like, I can see Nader, being a young man in the Middle East during a time period where absolutely you had to hide who you were. You absolutely had to hide who you were, or you would be, under the law, you would be I don't know how to say it. You would be executed because of your sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, the and that could be the possible reason for his refugee status. He was going to be some kind of pop singer when he was younger or whatever. That didn't work out. But now he's in a country where it's accepted. He can be who he is. And then he makes all of these homophobic jokes. And the people that yell the loudest usually have a reason to yell the loudest. And I think his reason is because he's either bisexual or he's either gay, both of which being is perfectly fine. But he's going to open up his mouth and say, I'm a real man and you're not, and you're this and you're that. It's like, shut up.
Right.
Shut up and deal with yourself. And he's just so disgusting. I'm over him. But I mean, clearly, I 100% miss Nat. And I don't care if a dude is feminine or whatever. But when you're going to open up your mouth, you're going to trash Pete for being trans, and you're gonna make all these derogatory slurs. It's like, my dude, you are clearly not I don't know what he is exactly. I don't know if he's bi or if he's homosexual, but if he's bi or gay, but it's there, and he's not dealing with it. And I think that would help him with half of his anger issues. The other half, he needs to get into some kind of substance abuse program. Right. That's what I want him to do, is just deal with your own shit, so you're not so delusional that you're eating raw chicken at 2 a.m. I mean, come on. And then Chantal's gonna say he's hot. Get out of here.
Well, all Chantal is doing is, like, cementing those thoughts in his head. He's not going to be open with who he is, but he has Foodie on the other hand. Oh my gosh, he's so hot and buff, and he's like my ideal man and stuff. So he's like, that's maybe why on top of the money, obviously, but the fact that she's pining over him all the time could be another reason why he's just constantly still around.
Well, he's sitting on YouTube weaponizing this information that she told him in confidence to hurt Pete, because Pete's called him a mother. I'm not going to say all that, but I'm just like, yeah, Pete was doing that because you are being an abusive jerk. So he called you that. And so now he's always out to punish people. And such a personal and private thing about Pete's life, Chantal should have never shared with him. But he's sitting up on YouTube talking about Pete's sexuality, when it's just like, dude, you have no room to out anybody when you have this. You have Chantal telling all your business. But it's like, how would you would not appreciate anybody doing that to you? And he just does it just to hurt. He just seems like he's out to hurt anybody that has anything to say negative, even if it's the truth. And it's just, I don't like him. I want him gone. I want him just erased from my mind,
he'll
never I don't know why it was his involvement in overthrowing the state, really. Are you joking?
Remember, it was Arab Spring when he left, so that is extremely probable.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so the Arab Spring uprisings, remember all that
Oh,
stuff that
I
happened
remember those.
in
I didn't know he
2010
had
to
anything to do with
2012.
it.
He has he even talked about it in that manner? I think he's very he likes to keep a lot of things hidden. Let's just put it that way, where he won't talk on certain subjects except when he's very passionate about certain states not being real states. Remember that conversation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
if he's that passionate about that type of stuff, we could assume that he did maybe have involvement in trying to overthrow his state during Arab Spring uprisings. It's possible, is all I will say.
Well, but Monty, isn't he in Canada as a political refugee or whatever you call that?
He is.
Mhm.
He is a yeah, he's a refugee. I even Foodie Beauty said so when she was raging in New York that time. That
it could
yes.
also be a lie because the second rule of the Chantal verse is everybody in the Chantal verse also lies. So who
True.
knows?
Yeah. Who
I
really
don't
knows?
know, but I do know what I'm seeing with my own eyes, and he's a dick. He's a whole dick.
Yeah.
A green one.
A green one.
Yes. Well, I guess we might wrap this up. It's getting late for me. I gotta get some rest. So maybe Hippie, you want to say anything?
Just that today was better than yesterday. That's all I can. Yesterday was just with that whole nonsense. Today was better. And again, thank you everyone on the panel. This is all y'all were wonderful. This is great. And thank you, Monty.
You're very welcome, Hippie. Andrea.
Well, I'm just looking at the chat. Like, I know sexuality and gender are different things. But what I was trying to say about Nader was he has this issue of defining what a man is and what masculinity is, and he's just such the opposite of that for me. And I think Miss Nat articulated it better than I did. I just don't have I just don't have all of the mental capacity right now to say all of my thoughts about Nader. So if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. I'm always worried I'm offending somebody, but yeah, I hope Chantal can get to that karaoke dance floor situation type thing. I'm waiting for that. I'm ready for that. So that's what I'm ready for.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Little Miss Nat.
I'm happy that Foodie's actually stayed till day 5. At first we didn't know if she was going to go. We didn't even know if she was telling the truth. Then we're like, oh, is she going to stay? And she has. She's done nothing, but she stayed. So that's progress for her. I do think that this is probably going to be like the bite of the travel bug for her. I just hope that she's a little more prepared. I mean, how easy was it to Google ATM machine wherever you are? So I think that it's going to kind of motivate her to travel more, but hopefully she's just better about it. And, I guess we'll see how she finishes up because, I want to see exactly how much money, because does she still have to pay like for her car? Or I guess once she gets back into Canada, she'll be scot-free, no issues, but getting to the airport and back home, that'll be fun to see. So hopefully she will do better with her next vacation. I think that she's going to start traveling more, but I could be wrong. Thanks for always hanging out with me, y'all. I wouldn't be able to watch this without y'all because sometimes I can't even watch it on normal speed. I'm like, oh, they're on normal speed. I'm out.
Right. It's like, what? I love you, little Miss Nat.
Oh, thanks, guys. This panel was so great. Allie, I'm so happy that you jumped on here. You're one of our first timers, and I know that I could probably speak for the chat when I say this. We love new faces up here, so I'm glad to have been part of this with all of y'all, but especially with new faces.
Well, thank you so much. It was really fun. My husband and I wanted to join last time, but you were wrapping up, so
I would love to hear. I would love to hear like the husband's perspectives on this, because I have all these ideas about what men are doing, but you know, we get so much from Monty, but like to hear other voices chime in on it, I think it'd be really interesting as well.
I kind of roped like my husband into watching. Like I watch it all the time, so he just by default is like, "Oh God, like what is she doing now?" Or I gotta get home from work to find out like what the tea is. I'm like, "Oh my God, what have I turned you into?" But
It's good. It's good.
but yeah, next time I'll have him on, and you can get another guy up here. Oh no, you've had plenty of guys up here. What am I talking about? But no, thank you so much for having me. I am looking forward to tomorrow, where it's super awkward with all the waiters, and who knows what's gonna happen. So, but yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome, everybody. I'd like to thank Andrea, Little Miss Nat, Ali Lou, Dwight, Cookie, and Hippie Easter. They were all on the panel. We're gonna do this tomorrow. It's getting late. I was gonna try and do the starfish, but typically at this time of night, you never know if she's gonna go for 1, 2, 3, or even 4 hours. It all depends. And I don't want to be caught at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, with a live stream. So I'm just gonna wrap it up and do it tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, once again. My boss Martha is telling me I better get off live stream in the next minute or two, as I'm in a lot of trouble. So I better wrap it up. Thank you. Smash the like button. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.